Hello, we're here with Noé Bizul, who ended up 12th place here in the Spanish Nationals. So, Noé, tell us about the experience, what deck did you play, and how it all went.
Alright, so I chose to play Radiant Typhoon for today. I sadly didn't end up making top cut. I went 9-3. And however, I still wanted to make a deck profile because I think that a lot of people think that this deck is bad now for some reason. And I still wanted to show a little bit what it was capable of doing. And let's get into it. I played completely pure, no side engine, no Sky Striker, anything like that. So first off, non-negotiable engine pieces. So 3 Eldam, 3 Swen, 3 Corsia, of course, the 1 Meghala, the 1 Whale, and the 1 Phoenix. So these were already perfect before the ban list, and now they still are. You can't play any less, obviously, because you lost consistency. And these are obvious. This is still a one-off. I've seen a lot of people play more to fix up the loss of consistency, but I don't really think it's a good idea because this card loses to a lot of things that your deck usually doesn't lose to, most notably spot removal, Fua, and impulse and things like that. So usually you don't want to see it going second at all. So you have the second one for consistency post side solely for going first, but in the main you just don't want to see this going second, so one is enough. So these, I've seen people play multiple. There's no need to. Like, they can get banished sometimes, and you have no way to recur it until the next wave of support. Konami, please. But other than that, it's not a problem. When it comes to the quick plays, I play the 1 chant, of course, the 3 vision, and 2 ascendance, 2 manifestation, the trap card, and of course 3 MST. So these are obvious. The trap is needed. It's very good. You never side it out, obviously, because it's what really makes your grind a lot better. To fix the consistency of losing 2 copies of this card, a lot of people are playing starters instead, like more shield bearer, more fire formation tanky, or even the fucking horse. Thank God, no. And I didn't make the list. Felix Pfeiffer did. Shout out him. His metaphor is in description. I'll shout him out again at the end. Decided to play 2 of this instead because this has 2 uses. The first one is to get a starter. The second one is to add MST. Both are important. And the way to replace the starter part usually loses to draw. And the way to replace the MST part, these do the same. So they are still very good. It's something that you need for your grind. It's something that you need to add this through draw. It's something you need to start with Corsair and things like that. So I was very happy with this. And in general, this was a very good quick play lineup. And for rounding out consistency, here's 1 shield bearer and 2 extra. So this card is still good. It is a little bit weak to some things, like it's the worst card in your deck into draw and into ash and things like that. But it's still fine. It's the 4th Eldam. It's pretty nice. It fixes a lot of your hands. It's good. And I originally wasn't a fan of this card at all. But now in this format, it's pretty good. It's still, you're very bad into draw, but it gets you ahead a lot of times, and sometimes you play in the draw phase before activating this, so it's still good. And against Cooltoon, it gives you unknown draws, which is very good when you go second. So you usually side out one or both going second because they're obviously more awkward and more prone to getting negated. That's it for the engine. The consistency was very good. I only bricked once all tournament in 12 rounds, so very happy with this. For the non-engine part, we play Tushina. The card is good, but probably not worth the 3rd copy. I didn't activate it a lot during the tournament, but it's still very good in some simplified game states. And going first, especially when your board is pretty weak, drawing into this makes you very, very hard to kill, which is the most important part with this deck, is that the game plan when you go first is just to survive. And this helps you do that very, very well. So it's still a good card, but I'm not playing the 3rd copy. Felix doesn't put it in the list. It's not on the side. It's nowhere. 2 copies of draw. The card was fine, not really that awesome. I would maybe side it. I don't know. I don't really see a better card than this in the main. It's generic. It's sometimes very bad game 1 and 2 decks that don't lose to it, obviously, like Branded and very often Cool Tune, unfortunately. And the card is fine. It's like for rogue decks. It has to be somewhere, and it could be the side. It doesn't really matter that much. For the rest of the non-engine, we play 3 Virtuous, 3 Crown, and 3 Droplets. So this is kind of general good quick play. This is for going first, this is for going second mostly. So you set this out, going second most of the time, and you keep this. And when you go first, you set this out and keep this. These cards are all good. Having a lot of quick plays for revision is good, especially that you depend on it for consistency more nowadays. You never have to allure or discard your entire hand with vision in this deck because you play too many cards, but it's still pretty nice. This card is good, but with Extrav, sometimes it can get awkward, but not that much, and these were good cards in general. This card is very good going first and going second. Because your deck is very grindy, sometimes you don't mind crowning your opponent's monster when you go second and leaving it there, because you can just like pop it in draw phase with a Virtuous next turn or something, so it's very nice. I crowned Masquerade this tournament that was supposed to be destroyed in the end phase, but I still won because I had a way to remove it afterwards in the draw phase, even though it didn't get destroyed by the effect of Nash. So that's it for the main deck. A clean 40 for consistency, of course, and for better odds at going second. Let's go with the side deck first. 6 going first cards. The 4 best cards in the entire game. This one, they just negate the most impactful hand traps in the game, so you can play them for free, so you should. And this card has a double utility in that it's a very good negate for strong engine spells, without having to play the bad mandate minigame where does your opponent have a quick play, do they not have a quick play. This, for example, negates Branded Fusion always, negates Overtake always, so you're just very well off seeing this going first. That's a very good card. Going second, it's unfortunately not impactful enough, so it's only solely going first cards because that's really what it is in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Please ban these cards. Anyway, this card also just randomly wins you the game by taking an opponent's card, and this is the engine piece to round out your consistency when you go first, just to make sure you don't break. It's fine. It's obviously still not a very good card going second, so you only want it in going first. For the rest of the side, we have the going second Charmies, 5. This card is very good because there's a lot of matchup where it's good. This card a little less, but it's good generically. You put it in your deck even if you go blind game 2, if your opponent scooped before you saw the deck, so it's still good. I like it a lot. And we played the 1 Magna. So this card is technically the 3rd copy of Sheena, but also it banishes Albion's, Titanclads, and interestingly enough, it shuffles your deck after Q. So it gives you 1 unknown in hand that you can make your Colton opponent very scared of. And sometimes you will get hit by mistaken arrest and lose and cry. And the last 3 cards are Super Poly. I originally wanted to main 2 of this and play a bunch of 2-off quick plays because I really hate drawing multiple of the same cards in this deck. But inside it was fun. It's not that good going first because the extra is very tight, so we cannot play Garura. And it comes up sometimes. Like against Colton, it's good to be able to super poly things. Like they are very scared of this card whenever they try to negate your vision, and if your vision resolves and you draw into this, like it's very good if they didn't play around it. And in general, this is good into different good matchups, but since we don't have space for Garura, we don't side in it as often, and so it's in the side. That's it for the 55, and then we can go through the extra. So we play Extrav, so we play 3. I don't think the 3rd is very needed, but since we have Extrav, we just have to play the 3rd one. I banished 3 one time this tournament. I still won the game. Most of the time, like if Extrav resolves and you get enough advantage, like you're very, very chill. And it's not gonna happen often, but you need to have a game plan for when it happens, and you just have 0. So 3 copies, always good. The 3 links that are wind attribute, so didn't summon either of these 2 all tournament, but they're very good because they can be generically made with this with Magna, for example, and this with Ashina random bodies, and you crush them in the battle phase, add any starter from deck, or add Droll, or add Sheena, and this just adds you back any win from grave, so it just adds anything, same thing. And this is good for OTKs, and even though Lunalight is not as good anymore, it's the card that lets you beat Double Legger. And this card, I summoned it surprisingly a large amount of times because there's a lot of branded. I play against 3 branded, and this card is very, very good when you go second stint to branded because after the trap resolves, it's 27, so it beats you for a lot of things, and then you shuffle back their fusion for follow-up, and after that it's an interruption, so it's still a very good card that I would never cut. And I'm not playing SP because you get win locked super often, and it comes up sometimes when you want to make like a random link to check Albeth to fusion summon, but it's not that needed. I missed it one time this tournament and I still won the game, so it was fine. Then for the XYZ lineup, we play these 4. So this card is pretty good. You don't summon it that often, especially on your end board, because like your link is almost always going to be summon 3, and most of the time it's going to be with 2 level 3s, so you don't often have the opportunity to make this, but when you can, it's good. The double hand loop is there for board breaker decks like Sky Striker, especially those like Mitsurugi that can chain a lot of things and just makes your trap very bad. So the point is that you summon your big guys, make the first one, and then summon them back from game, make the second one, and link off into Doom Eagle. And it's good. I didn't do it during this tournament, but it still has to be there in Felix's opinion and also in mine. So it's still a good card. And also, it sometimes comes up that you need it to out things that can be targeted, like Dragoon. I outed a Dragoon with it one game today, so it was nice. And Typhoon is good. It's not a wind, so you kind of have to watch out for that. But when it's summoned, it's usually impactful. And you have to remember that in this deck, you really want to remove it. Like when you summon Typhoon, you have to have a plan to remove it afterwards, because the way that you kill is with Phoenix, and Phoenix doesn't work under Typhoon. So usually you tribute summon Corsair, or you link it off for win the turn after, because this can use a non-win. And you have to watch out because not a lot of your extra deck cards can be summoned using this guy. So either you crush it or you tribute over it, but you have to out it when you summon it. That's it for the XYZs. I'm not playing Gossip Shadow because its only purpose used to be to negate 5 mana, and that's not in the game anymore. Smile. Super poly targets, only these 2. No Garura because we felt like it wasn't really needed. Felix felt like it wasn't really needed. I didn't miss it. I played against 2 Malice, and I could have sided in Super Poly, but I won going second anyway, so it doesn't really matter. This card is good for Doomsday because you can just fuse away the XYZ that is a wind monster and it gets rid of the trap, so it's very good. So it's the reason it's still there, and this is also very threatening against Kultun, like you have to have it somewhere. And the last 3 cards are the Virtuous targets. This is a bit in between because you can technically super poly summon this, but it doesn't happen very often because no good branded player is going to leave an Albaz on field. And whenever they try to use Albaz to fusion summon during your turn, you usually are wind blocked. So it doesn't happen very often, but it didn't come up that this could have been the second Albion because like when it's on the opponent's turn, you send this to add it on your turn, and then when it's your turn, you send this to set it for the opponent's next turn. So it's usually fun, and these cards were very good. You need to play 3 targets with Extrav. Without Extrav, I would probably only play 2, because you usually don't need more, especially since this girl puts one of them back if you draw another. So that's it for the list. It was pretty good. I won 9, lost 2, and got a double game loss because of a 25-minute deck check with no extensions. So very unfortunate. But for shoutouts, of course, insane shoutouts to Felix Drizzles for making the entire list. His Metafy is in the description. And in general, for doing Infinite Fury with me, for giving me side patterns, and just for telling me not to play bad cards, which is fine. And shout out to Paris, shout out to Team Nemesis, all the guys in Madrid that helped me during my stay in Madrid. We did every regional together, we carpooled, we tested, just awesome time with everybody. Love you guys. Shout out to Amelia, the only reason why I'm not washed at this game anymore. And shout out Whole Thruster, everybody there.
So thank you very much for the deck profile, Noé, and congratulations for the result. And see you next time.